Powertron Studios.
Hey guys, Joe here from Powertron. I've been wanting to do a video like this for a bit, especially some friends telling me, I should. Up until about a year ago, maybe a little bit more than a year ago, up until then, all the Powertron stuff up until that point was recorded with Garageband all the time. That's all I used. And I couldn't find a lot of stuff to help me, especially recording metal, with GarageBand. There's not a lot of videos that I could find. So kind of worked my way through it until I finally got onto something that sounded good to me, and it definitely can be used to record music and metal for sure. Maybe this might help you if you're the same, using GarageBand and don't have Logic or can't afford it. So this is my video on how to do it, or at least how I do it. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, here we are in GarageBand. So this is the Danger Zone track. Everything I used in here, the majority of it is free plugins. The majority. The only ones that aren't is the drums, the Perfect drums, and I do have Easy Mix on some of the vocals. Other than that, it's they're free or they're part of this. They're part of GarageBand. I'm gonna play a little bit of it, just a little bit, and then I'll go through everything to how it's what I used and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, here we go. Okay, I guess we'll start with the drums. Oh, hold on. So this is the program I'm using. I will solo it. Get it so you can hear what it sounds like on the song. All right, cool. So this is what I'm using. It says Perfect Kit 1. I'm sure a lot of it is. The snare I'm using is, what's the snare? Come on. It's a Sonar. The kick is a Sonar as well. So you can see it's lit up there green. Toms, I think are DW toms. Yeah. I used all of the DW this set for here. That too. I think this actually is, I believe that's a Tama. I want to say it's a Tama. It is a Tama. But to say that, I also have this almost zeroed out in the mix because it gives off that low ring, and it was making a lot of things muddy, and I didn't know how to stop it from ringing out so much and so low end. So I kind of remixed it and added it as a sample, and the drink is great. No, the sample, it's not that good. That's the sample, trying to get rid of the ring. So that's that. And yeah, you can add samples to this. So this is the kick. It gives it a bit more high click, as you can hear. It's pretty clicky. There's no low end in that at all. And I always liked the Canon snare sound, and without adding like a whole ton of reverb and stuff like that, this was my solution. And it's gonna sound odd, but it's a China crash, and I put that behind the snare. I'll see if I could play this. Just a part of it. Solo that. See? Cool. I think it sounds alright. Anyway. Stop. That's that. These are the settings. If you happen to get this, that's what I got. That's what I did. Go down here. Again, if this is something it sounds good to you and you want to use, I mean, pause the video and write that stuff down. This is what I'm doing. So this is the compressor. It's a drum mix compressor. These are the settings. The next in the chain is a multipressor, the fast attack. I'll show you this one, what it does. Really adds to it. I like it. It sounds cool. And then we have an EQ. And there's not really a lot going on here for EQ. A little bit in the highs, low mids, cut off there. It's not really doing much, that one there, but that's that. That's the drums. Okay, we'll go to the guitars. Here, I'll play them first. Okay. So, gate. I always put a noise gate on it because you're always going to get that background sound. If it ain't there, you'll notice. The pedal board. This is the Garageband pedal board. So this is in Garageband. This, I use it quite often. It sounds cool right in here. Hear it very well. Anyway, it's like an octave thing. And then there's the amp. This. If you can still find this. I don't know if it's still out or available. Look it up. Look up Lapoo amps. Something like that it's called. It's the Legion. This one's my favorite one, for sure. They have a lot of cool ones, but this is the one I always go to because to me, I just like it. I like it a lot. Let's see. So I have that. Play it. And then there's this. This is just for like extra sauce. I don't know what exactly. Maybe it adds a bit to the volume. You wouldn't think it adds much to the presence, but the depth, it does make a difference. Volume, for sure, a bit. There's that. That's also free. Who's that? TPA. Maybe just look up Ignite amps. That would be them. And they always say 90% of your sound is in the impulse response. And I have a ton of them. And my favorite one is this. I think it's from I think it's called Cathartic or Catharsis pack. Again, it was free. I found it eventually. And this one on press 5 is the one I pretty much use all the time. Let's see if I can. If I turn it off, it's sound like crap. Yeah, see, you can tell right there. There's no amp, no speaker. So there's that. Within here, I'm using reverb, and that's about it. The guitars, 2 of them together. The leads are going to be basically the same, except there's more echo, I guess, or delay, and probably add more reverb for sure. I added, let me just play a little spot here. I'll solo that. Okay, so there's that. So they're all the same, basically. I don't think I made any changes. The only thing I did was add more reverb. and in the pedal board, that the auto funk is acting kind of like an auto wah pedal. Ottawa pedal? Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. And again, this is part of GarageBand. And then the EQ is going to be different here, yeah, because you know there's a lot of high pitched stuff, and you want to try to cut a lot of that out. I'll kind of hover over these, and again, if it's something that sounds good to you and you want to use, I'll just hover my mouse over it, and you can see the settings, and you can do the same. You can tell this is where I'm sweeping for frequencies, and these are the 3 shitty ones that I don't like, especially those 2, obviously. So here, we'll start back here. Give me a second. That one. That one. That. Cut off. Cut off there. There we go. That's the lead. What's this one? Oh, this is just, I think, a wah. Yeah. Again, okay, the bass. Go back to this. I'll play a part of that. So this one is an outside plugin. Let me highlight it so I can show you. I have this gate, this noise gate. Actually, I'll put up first. That's pretty important for this one. There's a hiss that comes out of it that I can't seem to get rid of without using a gate. So it's pretty important to have. And you'll hear it kind of, if you get this and you set it up this way, you'll hear it poke out here and there while you're recording. It's a pain in the ass. But this is what I did. And maybe you know how to fix that. I don't. This is just what I did. So anyway, that's the noise gate. That's pretty important. The pedal board. If you want to copy that, the squash compressor. Let's see what it does. I'll turn these on and off. Adds a little. It's hard to tell. I mean, even with headphones on, it's hard to hear that. Then this is from TSE Audio, BOD. I think this is, I can't remember the name. A Sans amp. It's supposed to emulate a Sans amp, and this one was free. I'll just hold on here, and you can copy the settings if you like it, if you get it, if you've got it. There you go. And then we have the Souse again. Let's see what that does. Obviously, I'm adding a lot more in the compressor, or the presence. Anyway, there's that. And channel EQ. Scoop the mids a little bit. Take out some of the low end. Obviously the high end. I think this one was pretty clicky. Like to get a lot of high end fuzz or something out of it. That's what I did to get rid of it. Wasn't much. And then the compressor. Oops. No, the compressor. There we go. So there's that. The rock bass compressor. It's in GarageBand. This is what I just did to it. For all I know, you could pull it up and that's the exact settings for all I know. It could be. But it sounded good. So, like, I don't know what a lot of these, compressors and all that stuff do. Like, I didn't know any of that stuff. I still kind of don't, to be honest with you. But I'll just play with stuff. Turn knobs. Turn things up and down. Move them. You kind of hear what it'll start doing. So I guess that's the way I learned anyway. So that's the bass. Then there's a sub bass. right here. Oops. So that's in a couple of spots. I don't think it's really high in the mix, but hold on a sec. Let's see what it does. Let's see what that sounds like right there. Sub bass is, this is all Garageband stuff for sure. The gate again, pretty important. You don't hear all the sounds from your guitar. This is the amp I'm using, and the settings, and the mic, and the placement, and da-da-da. The EQ. Clearly I did something here. Like again, if you you like it, pause it, whatever. And then this, clearly that's a plug-in somewhere in there. You get that. And what else? Oh, I was going to show you this too. This is something, if you've got a kill switch on your guitar, it probably work good, especially if you've got a really good rhythm. I did have, not a kill switch, but I used to, on my Les Paul style, on this right here, I would turn down the volume of that pickup, and then I'd switch back and forth with this one. But as you can see, it broke. Makes it really hard to do that now. So I had to figure out a way. How do I make that happen? How do I make that sound, that cutting out sound? So I'm again using same old stuff, same for like the rhythms and all that stuff. But in the pedal board, whoops, I'm using this. So this is what it sounds like. And I'm panning it. Let's just check. Let's see, open up that. Yeah, I'm totally panning it. So it's this thing. It took a bit to figure this out. Every once in a while, it doesn't work like it should. So, but if it sounds cool to you and you're using GarageBand, again, copy that. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Let's go to the synths that I'm using. What's this guitar to? Oh, this is the clean channel. Okay, this is, I am using Easy Mix on this one. So this is excuse me. So if you've got Easy Mix, it's the Chorus Guitar 2 effect. That's the one I'm using. I didn't realize I had that. All right, let's see here else. The synths. It is Boxy Synth. So let's hear what that sounds like. That's very Terminator. This one, Solo Star. And I don't think I played too much with this stuff. With these, it's usually I'll just pull it up and use it. What else? What else do we got going on here? Let's see, just some background stuff. So jet flying by. You don't say, in danger zone, a jet? What? No. This is the part that it's in, though. I'll play this part. It's in there. Vocal stuff. I'm not going to show too much of this. This is all just, it's Easy Mix with a compressor. The B-Box on some of these. And like I double up a lot of times on my vocals because like, singing is a term I use very loosely. And if you've heard the songs, you would probably say the same. So there's that. What else? Oh, a little trickery. This effect. Hold on. Let's bring it back. You know, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's, I think basically it. Oh, duh. Let's go to the master. Let's see what we're doing here. I'm going to turn them all off. Then I'll turn them all on as we go. All right, let's pick a better spot. Right here. All right. So the stereo spread, that's in Garageband. That's what I'm using there for that. Then an EQ. The rock EQ, I obviously crank some low end out of this. And all you guys that probably do this professionally or, you know this stuff better than I do. Like I said, I just played with stuff until it sounded good to me. And this is probably, you're probably like, well, what the hell are you doing? There's the multipressor again. That's the, I don't know what that is doing. It sounds good. It sounds really good out of the GarageBand. With this setup, it sounds really good, and I don't know why. Oh, another EQ. Get rid of the high end, the really ear-piercy high-end stuff. And then the compressor. And that's the settings for the compressor. And you can tell when I turned that on, it actually brought the volume back down. The multipressor turned it up, and this one brought it back a bit. I'm not sure what else. A lot of people say, I've seen a lot of things, people don't like GarageBand. They're, oh, it sucks. It's just, that's childish, that's crap. It's not, it's a DAW. It's just like any DAW, it's a shell. Except it comes with a lot of stuff that others don't. I have Reaper as well, and I heard a lot of people say, oh, Reaper's way, way better than Logic and GarageBand. I like GarageBand and Logic because it's more visual. You could see what you're doing a lot easier. I found Reaper is very Windows 98. I don't know. But GarageBand also, if anything at all, even if you don't have Logic or you don't ever get it, and you just use GarageBand, you could go to, let's see here. Let's see if I pull up make a new track. I use the software. You also have drums. It's like this thing has its own drums in it, and quite a few of them. But this is stuff that Reaper doesn't have. And it's all, you have to, if you want this stuff, you got to go like get a contact player or whatever, download all that stuff. And this is, the synthesizers is all part of this. The orchestral stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here. I mean, it's probably pulling some of it up because I have Logic as well, so it'll pull up some of that stuff. But it comes with all this stuff. And I like that. To me, I thought it was cool. It's like, oh, I don't have to download something else because I want to have a piano in it, or I want to have some sort of synth stuff going on because I don't know what I'm looking for. I just start going through them and playing stuff like, oh, that sounds cool. That'll fit. And that's awesome to have, I think. The only downside to GarageBand compared to most other DAWs is that you can't route out, like say your drums, you can't have every drum has its own track, and then you can EQ everything separately and on its own, and sends. It's only got one send that I can see. But I mean, you can make them sound good with that one track. And I've never had an issue with it. And to me, I mean, if it sounds good to me, I don't care what anybody thinks. You should be the same way. If it sounds good to you, cool. So anyway, that's Danger Zone in GarageBand. If you like it, cool. If not, whatever. Thanks for coming. See ya.